Welcome back to a video series on an introduction to SOLOCHAIN. Today, we are going to be looking at the mobile process configurator. This includes how the handheld device functions and how to configure its processes for your business. We have shown the handheld device and its capabilities in many videos, so I will go directly into discussing configuration. To see those videos, check out our YouTube channel, Generics Group North America. This is the mobile process page and includes 34 different processes that come standard with SOLOCHAIN, such as inbound processes, which include things like receiving and unloading, or warehousing processes, which include things like inventory movements, lookups, and counts. If there is a business requirement that isn't already defined, we can easily create a new process and define it. To show how this is done, I'm going to go into the receiving process and select Process Design. What we see is a flowchart that shows the entire receiving process and any possible inputs. By entering commands in the handheld UI at the top right corner, I can simultaneously see what is happening in the software and what a typical warehouse worker would see. As I make different inputs into the mobile UI, we can see how the process is designed. Notice how each state has an arrow leading into it, called an in transaction, and from it, called an out transaction. As the user inputs commands, the software follows the designated transactions to the next step and gives the user another command. If at any point the user enters a command that does not match what is in the process will end by showing an error message and sending the user back to the previous state. On the top left, we can see different icons that allow us to configure the process. When I select the states command, we can see any process that comes out of the box with SOLOCHAIN. As mentioned before, this is where we can create brand new states in the process for any situation. Now, let's look at some examples of the configurations we can make. In this receiving example, the mobile UI asked us to scan receiving area. If I wanted to change that to something that is more applicable to my business's nomenclature, then I could easily open the state and modify it. For example, I can change it to Scan Receiving Dock. Finally, we are going to look at another capability of the Process Designer, which is the ability to record. The Process Designer automatically records every input it receives, including errors. This allows the system configurator the ability to view a process for both support and training. For example, if a user is having difficulty and you know the user ID and the time, it is possible to view every input to determine the problem. This is an example of a perfect warehouse process flow that we use for training. The words in the pictures were added later, so trainees can visualize themselves completing tasks in the warehouse. The important features that I would like to highlight from this video are: first, the mobile process configurator is fully functional out of the box, but can be configured to fit your business requirements. Second, I would like to point out at every point in the process an error message will appear if there is an incorrect input. And finally, every entry is recorded, which enables you to help workers with any problems and makes technical support much easier. That concludes the 10th part of our Introduction to SOLOCHAIN video series. Thank you for watching, and from everyone at Generics, have a great day.